This blog is about researching the Wrath of the Medusa. So, firstly, we looked at the story behind it, and basically, there was 400 people on this boat, which was called the Medusa. No, not the Medusa, but yeah, it was called the Medusa. And I think it was 2 days from being at its destination, and before it did, it hit a seabed which stopped the boat completely, meaning that the people on board had to build a raft or get into safety boats. And they quickly built this raft, and there was only, I think, there was only about, there was only space for, there was only 250 spaces on the safety boats which people carry on, which the people can get on, and there's 400 people in total. So basically, all the women and children and all the rich people was on the safety boats, and the idea was they built this raft for the rest of the people, and they would get a rope, attach it with this to the safety boats, and drag the raft along. And well, the plan didn't really go well, or it went well, I think. Well, and then until they cut the rope, like I think it was quite short into the time of their sailing, and I think it was the captain and the crew that decided to cut the rope, and basically that meant that the people on the raft, which was 146 people, like drifting into the ocean, and they finally got found 9 days later, with only like I think I don't know how many survivors, but I knew two survivors had an interview with Jericho, the artist who drew the Wrath of the Medusa. Yeah, so I'm going into detail, and then we had different questions to research about the Wrath of the Medusa, and the thing I had to really the one I had to research was like the kind of logistics of it. So yeah, so the boat carried 400 people, and including 406. I mean, including 160 crew. There was only 240 space, 250 spaces on the safety boats. But however, this is what I found quite interesting. I think it was 17 crew members stayed on the Medusa to kill themselves to save other people's life. And I always found that because the rest of the crew members, except for the cabin boys, were on the safety boats. So I was very interested in the fact that they stayed on the Medusa to sacrifice their lives to save quite a few other people. And I kind of like them, but at the same time, they should really do that, because if the boat sinks, it's not because of the people on the boat. It was because of the crew members or the captain, and it wasn't really the crew members' fault. But however, it was completely all the captain's fault. He really never knew really how to sail that much, and that and he wasn't smart, and he didn't really know how to work a boat. So it was mostly the captain's fault, and he was on the safety boat because and I thought like it's kind of tight. Like there's these crew members staying on the Medusa to save their lives, and then the captain is just in the safety boat, like doesn't care about the rest of the people, just wants to save his life. So I felt like the people who stayed on the boat was very humble. The also thing other thing I found out, which I thought was very very interesting, was the fact that there was 460, no, 445 men on the raft, and only one woman. And I found this out, and I was just like, I need to find out about this woman, and I tried to research her, and there was nothing coming up about this woman, and she didn't survive. So I'm very intrigued about what happened to her, and if she, like, when she died or how she died, because like there's only one woman, and then there's 145 men on the raft, and it's very like there could be a lot of things like rape or just some nasty stuff like that that could have happened, but no one really knew and told the story about this one woman, and no one really said anything about how the woman got into this raft, which very like if all the women and children got onto the safety boats, why did this one woman go on the raft? It could be because of her, like she wanted to go on the raft to save someone, or it was her choosing, or she was made to get on this boat. We never know really, which very interested me. And yeah, so yeah, it was only a few minutes before they cut the rope on the raft. I know it was the captain's idea to cut the rope, which just shows that he's not a nice guy, is he? And they only left them one bowl of wine and a bag of biscuits, but the bag of biscuits got like drenched by the seawater. So basically, it was all soggy biscuits, and they were consumed in the first day. And that was only the first day, and they stayed on the raft for 9 days. Like, I can't believe they gave them wine instead of water. And the thing, like, which was horrible, was that the only way to drink this wine was to poke a hole through the bottom of the barrel. But by then, the water already seeped through, and the seawater was up to their ankles. So all the seawater got into the wine and made everyone delirious and very like agitated and like stuff like that. Then that led to loads of different stuff like cannibalism, killing, like it's like gruesome stuff like that. And yeah, and what was the one to say?